But we think, messages from the British monarchy do come out in various ways. Normally, say, in the way of our late Queen, our wonderful monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, it could be a brooch, a scarf, a memento that basically lets that person know that she was thinking about them or indeed were in her thoughts that day. It can be a picture placed just on the piano, as we've seen many times during many of her broadcasts. Now, of course, Catherine's doing the very same thing with a very subtle message back to a person that she desperately tried to get on with but seemingly could not. And more importantly, then was trashed publicly on international television. But then with a sort of sideline as Meghan added the source, well, oh no, Catherine's a good person. She's a good person. Absolutely. But you've trashed her first. So obviously, when it comes to Catherine, she's far too ladylike to come out there and say anything in public. And that's a beauty for Harry and Meghan. They know that the royals will never publicly come out and say anything negative. It's a one-way street. They seemingly can always win. But there are ways to prove, and a very sort of clever way indeed, by Catherine and William, exactly how they can retaliate back. And I mean this in the kindest of ways, against some of the very hurtful things that both Meghan and Harry have said about them over the last couple of years. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Nice to see you. Hope you're well. I'm sure you'd agree these pictures were just beautiful. I mean, no other way to describe them. I love the fact that he's in a wheelbarrow. He just clearly that's his personality, isn't it? You can see he's mischievous. He's in for fun. He just wants to enjoy life. There you've got a picture of a beautiful, beaming young boy in childhood, thoroughly enjoying his life. Clearly adores his mum, as we saw at the Platinum Jubilee concert, and basically thriving, not hiding away, as we've seen with Harry and Meghan's children. And what's interesting to note here is, as one senior source told me within Palace walls, is this. Both William and Catherine were very hurt, as was the King, with that very cruel jab from Prince Harry about how he was lucky enough to escape. They were trapped, they couldn't leave, all of that sort of stuff. And it's interesting, isn't it? Because when you look at William and Catherine, the pictures that we've seen, and we see them in public together, they come across as a very grounded, well-loving family who are desperately, desperately happy together. And more importantly, you can see enjoy being together. The pictures that we do see from Harry and Meghan, just those two, are seemingly always upset, grumpy, and scowling at the media. Never happy, are they? Never ever come across as if they're enjoying life. As for the children, they remain something of a mystery. We've only ever seen them in pay-per-view stuff, like Netflix. If you want to see these children, yes, you can see them, but you're going to pay. A totally different product, isn't it, when you think about it? William and Catherine are more than happy to share their life on camera, as they know is by royal protocol. Interesting. Of course, you could say that Meghan and Harry took a step back. Well, they did, but then they're monetizing their children, are they not? Simple as that. You can't dress it up and have it both ways. According to that particular source, they said to me, you see, this really was proof that obviously, William and Catherine do not feel trapped in the roles that they've been assigned. In fact, Catherine herself chose this life. So it's fascinating to see, isn't it, just who is thriving and who is not. And while they can come forward and say, well, I was lucky enough to go, I was lucky enough to start a brand new life over here, California is his home, all of that sort of stuff, they won't let go of the titles, will they? They won't keep away from the media. They won't stop bashing the royal family. And that's because, deep down, whatever people say, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle clearly are very damaged people. And more importantly, very, very sad and not living the life that they'd like to portray out to the rest of the world. While William and Catherine look more than happy. I'm sure you'll agree. Do let me know what you think to this particular story in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.